So everybody's new favorite pilgrim in the game is Cinderella, and honestly it's my new favorite pilgrim as well. Looks wise and lore wise, Cinderella is definitely the most anticipated pilgrim for me right now. Right after her it is Liberalia, which I have no idea what the hell happened to Liberalia, but they have not talked about her, shown her, or did anything with Liberalia in the last year. But it doesn't change the fact that I do believe Cinderella is what everybody's most hyped for. Either her, Lilith, obviously the other version of Scarlet, the OG version of Scarlet. So there's all these pilgrims that have been introduced with the anniversary, and a lot of people are excited. So I actually want to create a kit for Cinderella on what I think I would like for her to have. Now, I'm not a master kit builder, but I'm gonna try my best, right? So we're gonna actually watch the video of her fighting the goddess squad, and I'm going to take a look at things from there and there, basically analyze it. We're gonna do one full run of me watching it, just taking a look at it, no reaction, no commentary, and then we're gonna do it again with commentary and stuff like that, and then I'm going to deliver my final kit build for you guys near the end of the video, right? So stay tuned, subscribe, like, let's get into it. Alrighty, so we have the fight here. Let's get straight into it. Fun fact, that's actually my wallpaper on my phone. Like, look, I'm so serious. I'm actually so serious. I love this wallpaper so much. It's actually my phone wallpaper. Alrighty, let me stop wasting your time and let's get into it.5対1でやられるわけにはいかないよな。ゴッテスだろ。勝利の女神だろ。じゃあ勝たないとな。すごいな。好きやり。私が行きます。私が防ぎます。おお、聖女様、大声も出せるんだな。誰かさんのおかげです。ガラスの靴が割れたな。パーティーは終わりだ。For my crusade, I die for my crusade. This is the final battle, give it all we got. Did I tell you how much I love that song? So there you guys seen, that was the entire fight between her and Red Hood. Obviously it wasn't the full fight, there was more happening, but that was the full animated fight between her and Red Hood and the goddess squad. So I'm actually gonna try to cook up a kit rather than rewatching it, because I noticed a lot of things. I'm gonna try to cook up a kit and then I'm gonna come back and you guys will see all the edited moments and stuff like that when I mention it within the kit. So I'll see you guys in 1 second. It's actually gonna take me a minute to make this kit, but I'll see you guys in literally a second. So I built a kit for Cinderella and I hope you guys actually are going to enjoy this one because I feel comfortable with this kit. Obviously, this is not something that's going to happen in Nikke unless they end up watching this video and be like, yup, that's the kit we're going to go with. But I doubt they're going to be doing that. But definitely let me know in the comments down below if you guys rock with my kit, or if you have your own kit that you've been prepping for Cinderella. Definitely share everything in the comments. Myself and everybody else in the comments will be reviewing those and reacting to those and stuff like that. And we'll let you know what we think as well in the comments down below. So let me show you guys my kit because it's gonna be very, very scary. So for my kit here, I made her a burst 1, 2, and 3 unit. Her type is obviously going to be an attacker type. I do want her to be of the water function for the simple fact that water literally has no good DPS. And I think either with this kit or whatever Nikke decides to come up with, if she does end up being a water unit, that'll be more than enough for the water characters to actually have some DPS. That would actually make some of these units like Mary actually have value with her first skill, or I guess her second skill. But I also made her normal attack deal 80% of attack as damage. The charge is going to be at 1.5 seconds. The full charge damage is going to be equal to 350%. And then when attacking core, the damage is going to be equal to 200%. So it's just a standard kit. The rocket launcher percentage for a normal attack is a bit much. I don't know if I mentioned it, but her weapon is rocket launcher as well. The highest I believe for rocket launcher is 67%. So this is, as you can see, a bit higher, right, at 80%. It might be overkill already there, but let's keep going. Her skill 1, when attacking, Cinderella will grant all allies an attack buff equal to 20% that stacks up to 5 times each, lasting 10 seconds. Hey, y'all know who, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. All I'm gonna say is if I can't pull a character, I'm gonna just recreate it. So essentially, I just made her a massive, nasty supporting buff. That's a nasty support buff, right? And y'all should be lucky. I just made that at a 20% attack buff. What if I made a skill off her attack? Quite crazy. But yeah, essentially I do want it to give all allies an attack buff equal to 20% that stacks up to 5 times, so everybody would get a massive attack buff. And the reason why I want it like this is because I think with a kit like that and a skill 1 like that, that could actually help out some of these sorrier DPSs in the game, right? So even though she is an attacker, I think with that type of mechanic, a lot of these sorry DPS who gets that massive 100% attack buff really can start doing damage, right? So essentially that first skill is to save these older units, right? But also make herself hit very hard. Her second skill, I didn't give the skill 1 a name because I didn't think of anything, but her second skill, I must counter. When enemies attack Cinderella, she will counter and enemies will lose 3 to 5% max HP. I didn't really know what I wanted because I didn't know what would be too crazy. I don't want the character to be over the top broken, but I think I definitely wanted to have a counter mechanic because as you guys see right here, when Red Hood attacked her, she actually countered the attack again, but then Red Hood ended up using like her pierce, I guess, and just pierced through it, right? So I definitely want her to have a permanent counter mechanic, not really a 30% chance or a 40% chance or a 5% chance to counter. I want her to have a permanent counter. Mind you, when Cinderella comes into the game, we all expect her to be the new best unit in the game because of lore, right? Because of the lore. So I think that's what I personally would want. Again, if it's over the top, don't get upset because this is just a concept. It's a concept, right, of what I personally want. So don't get mad because this is not a real character. The second part of I must counter. When Cinderella is attacked, she'll restore 3 to 5% max HP. So essentially, whatever the percentage that I would personally go for, I don't know if it would be 3, 4, or 5%, but let's say it is 3%. Whatever she counters, she will heal that back up. So it's gonna be very, very hard for her to die with regular mob enemies on there, right? But then the second skill, or the third part of the second skill, when Cinderella is attacked 10 times, she will grant herself a 50% attack buff. So she will give herself a more attack buff. It's quite crazy. done a good job. I think I did a good job, y'all. I think I did a good job. And then her birth skill is called I Want to Be a Goddess. The reason why I went with that name is the simple fact that if you guys actually played the mini game and you guys beat Cinderella as the final boss, there was actually a little cutscene where she was talking to the mirrors, which is the Rapture Queen, and she was telling the Rapture Queen how she wanted to be a goddess. This is no longer a spoiler since the story's already done, but she wanted to be one of the goddesses, and the Rapture Queen was basically telling her the only way she can be a, you know, goddess is if she kills everyone, basically corrupting her mind. And she says, I will kill everyone for goddess. I will kill everyone for goddess. And then she keeps saying that a couple times, and then she gets corrupted and starts saying, I'll kill everyone for queen. I'll kill everyone for the queen. I'll kill everyone for the queen, right? So I don't know if you guys know about that, but that definitely did happen as well in the mini game, right? So that's the reason why I went with that name. But her burst 1, Cinderella will grant herself the evade effect for 10 seconds, where every single attack she will dodge an attack. Oh my god, Zxous, that's a bit much, bro. That's a bit much. When used, the cooldown is reduced by 20 seconds. Literally, that's quite crazy. So I don't know how I worded it exactly like this. I don't know why I worded it like this, but essentially it's not she will just dodge every single attack for 10 seconds. I want it to be where when they attack her, she will gain the effect. So let's say an enemy attacks her one time. After that first attack, she will gain the evade effect, and then she will dodge the second attack, and it will just keep going. So basically every other hit she'll be dodging, not essentially her just dodging for 10 seconds. That'd be a bit much. And reduce the cooldown by 20 seconds. The reason why I had that is because the biggest problem for Red Hood for a lot of people was that her entire burst 1, 2, and 3 were 40 seconds. So I definitely want to add that 20-second mechanic that I came up with in Cinderella's kit as well, right? I think that was a very, very cool thing. But yeah, basically after every other hit, she would be dodging, not the entire time for 10 seconds. That'd be crazy, right? Because her skill 2, if you decide to use her burst 2, Cinderella will taunt all enemies and give herself a 80% damage reduction buff for 10 seconds. She will also give 3 allies with the lowest HP a 50% damage reduction buff, and then when used, cooldown is reduced by 40 seconds. The reason why I have that, and I have that permanent, not activate one time per battle, is because I want you to be able to use her burst 1, not either her burst 1 alone or her burst 2 and 3 all the time together. So you're either going to pick between using her burst 1 and that's it for the burst rotation, or every burst rotation or every other burst rotation, you're going to be using her burst 2 and 3. That's what I'm trying to go with here, right? Rather than it being one time, you can either use her burst 1 every burst rotation because it's on the 20-second cooldown, or you can use her burst 2 and 3 every other burst rotation, right? And the reason why I'm giving 3 allies with the lowest HP a 50% damage reduction buff is because she has 4 weapons, right? So essentially the weapon is supposed to be helping out everybody, and it will go in front of all those 3 allies and then protect them with the 50% damage reduction buff. And then her burst 3, Cinderella will enter destroy mode for 10 seconds and recognize all enemies as one enemy. Charge speed will be reduced by 1 second, and she will deal 160% damage. Why are you trying to break the game? With a kit like this, she might break the game. So essentially, one thing with Modernia is this is the same mechanic that Modernia has with the destroy mode and everything, but the problem is her damage dealt percentage is actually less than her normal attack percentage. So when you use her, you know, burst skill against especially one enemy, she's going to be doing less numbers because it's only one enemy there dealing less damage than if she was to use her normal attack. Essentially, I wanted to reverse that with Cinderella and double the damage from 80% to 160, and then also reduce it by 1 second. So now every 0.5 seconds you're going to be charging and then dealing 160% of damage dealt. On top of the charge damage, on top of the core. Oh, Zxous, I think I just created the best character in the game. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much to go off of here, right? I mean, I might have just broken the game, but let me know what you guys think, right? This is my kit, my personal kit. I hope you guys definitely rock with it. I think, hopefully, I know something's gonna be like, it's way too broken. I don't feel like it's much. For Cinderella, I don't feel like it's much, honestly. I feel like this is a pretty, you know, realistic kit. I think it's a realistic kit. Maybe not. But yeah, definitely let me know, like I said before, in the comments down below, what you think about this kit. Would you want this kit? Would you want a better kit? Do you think this kit is ass? Do you think it's not Pilgrim worthy? What do you think? And if you have a kit for Cinderella yourself and you want to share that in the comments, go ahead and do that. I'll probably pin the best kit down below for the pinned comments for everyone to see. But for now, it's your boy Zxous, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out later. Peace.